Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. Don't forget to leave a like. It is a free and easy way to support the channel. Did you do it? Hope you did it. And without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So, popular news doesn't really begin to cover this. I'm going to try and hit all the bases simply because there's a little bit too much to actually cover. Grayscale is an insanely popular cryptocurrency company within the space. For those of you who don't know Grayscale, you must be new here. Hello. Grayscale is a company that popped up like 2017, 2018, basically with the idea of launching a Bitcoin / cryptocurrency based ETF, an exchange traded fund. It is a fund that can be traded on an exchange, ETF. So they basically created like a trust fund kind of thing where basically they could allow people to gain access or exposure, as the word is, to Bitcoin without actually having to buy Bitcoin themselves. This still perplexes me to this day as to why companies wouldn't want the actual physical Bitcoin, but it's something to do with taxes and businesses. It's always down to some kind of money thing. So they created the Bitcoin Trust, which launched in 2017, 2018 to much fanfare. The idea being is that the cryptocurrency market then didn't have cryptocurrency ETFs, and this was basically the exact same thing. You would put money into the trust and you would receive a certain amount of shares based on the amount of Bitcoin that you decided to purchase, based off of the amount of Bitcoin that Grayscale themselves had. It's a literal ETF without the letters. Then other companies tried to do the same. It didn't really work out. The SEC wasn't feeling it. So then Grayscale was like, gotcha. Let's convert this into a Bitcoin ETF. This is all going to make sense, I promise. Let's convert this into a Bitcoin ETF. They tried and tried and tried until the CEO of Grayscale was like, yeah, I'm kind of tired of this. You've said no to us over and over without any actual reasoning. And now we actually know that the reasoning was just them lying. But that's actually, we know for a fact that the SEC was just kind of lying. But that's besides the point. So the people from Grayscale came forward and said, okay, cool, we're going to sue you. And they ended up winning the lawsuit for the conversion of their trust into a Bitcoin ETF. That began the whole mania that we saw at the beginning of the year, where everyone was like, woo, we got Bitcoin ETFs. Because historically, people have looked at other commodities that have received ETFs or some kind of a fund based off of them. And the most popular one being gold is the one that everyone always talks about. You can see gold's price goes, ETF launches, it goes down a tiny bit, and then it basically to where we currently are right now. So the idea has been, if Bitcoin gets an ETF, prices are going to skyrocket. That was also part of that craziness that we saw at the beginning of this year, where Bitcoin was like, wee, and went all the way to like 73,000, like in like a course of a couple of months. It was absolute madness. It's also part of the idea as to why people think or believe that we are going to now see an accelerated movement of Bitcoin's price to 100,000, 150,000 to the $600,000 Bitcoin over the course of 2025. Bringing it on back, the cryptocurrency space has been, I'm going to say the term frothing at the mouth. Frothing is that's pretty accurate. Frothing at the mouth at the idea of other cryptocurrency ETF. So you remember everyone was like Ethereum. Then we got an Ethereum one. And the people were like Solana. Oh, no, you don't like Solana? It's not a good chain. We're not going to get an ETF. Okay. That also happened this summer as well, just in case you missed it. A lot of people were desperate to get a Solana ETF, and it was BlackRock and Fidelity were like, you can You can go sit down right now. The discussion has now washed over to another coin. It's not Tron. It's not Cardano. It has 9 letters, and it only has 3. Threw a curveball. That wasn't a curveball. It's XRP. Yeah. Why, you might be asking? Well, Ripple's a really popular company. They've been around for a while. They've partnered with multiple central banks around the world. They're looking to go public over the course of 2025. What's the other thing? They're launching a stable coin sometime soon. They're basically following the pathways of other companies who've also gone public. And now they're like expanding even further. We also heard earlier this year from the CEO of Ripple. His name is Brad Garlinghouse. Do you remember? People have nothing better to do with their time. Do you remember years ago, people were trying to make fun of Ripple and XRP? This is how small the brain is. And the only thing that they could come up with was Brad Garlickhouse. That's a real thing. I'm not even joking. A lot of people on Twitter used to try and make fun of Ripple, and they were like, well, Brad Garlickhouse doesn't even know what he's doing. And I was like, that's all you got? There are there's 8 other comedic things I can think of off the top of my head. You got Garlic House. It just sounds delicious. So this all accumulates into full circle once again. Grayscale has created a brand new trust. Can you guess what it's for? It's for ZERP. Yes, it's for XRP. The significance being is that Grayscale kind of has one foot in the door, more or less, when it comes to like launching ETFs. There's a very slim, tiny chance that they'll get a no from the SEC because these people mean business and they will simply sue the SEC again. The idea being, as Ripple has announced they're going to go public sometime over the course of 2025, and they're making a stable coin, and I think they're working with openly, I think it's 12 different central banks around the world. The new Grayscale XRP Trust is kind of the only reason why Grayscale launches a trust is because they have institutional interest behind them. This was a weird thing years ago where I don't understand the mindset. A lot of people years ago were thinking that any company in crypto was kind of doing things haphazardly. Should we launch this thing? It sounds good. Let's just launch it. No. The way that like money and big money works is that like you talk to your investors and you say like, hey, anything else you guys want? Anything else you're interested in? And they clearly kept on saying XRP over and over as the lawsuit, at least at the time of me making this video. Between the SEC and Ripple is actually over. This was major news. Like there's a whole article about it. I gave you kind of like the main basis of it and why you're going to continue hearing about it. Especially probably, I would assume Q2 is probably when the discussions around an XRP ETF are going to start popping up more. I think we'll hear about it this year, but nothing will come of it per se. I think the beginning of next year, we're going to start hearing about it more, but it's going to be like the rumors that we always get. The cryptocurrency space is quite good with rumors. It's another thing. Last point. Usually, whenever we hear that there's a rumor or someone says that BlackRock said something or so and so and so, it usually ends up being true. We have a pretty good track record. The thing that doesn't hold is if like someone on Twitter says that their mother's aunt's uncle heard something about Garlic House or something like that, then it doesn't end up happening. But yeah, this is major news because it also like puts crypto further into the mainstream financial world and more people get into the market. I have a lot of thoughts about it, but I don't think you want like a 45-minute video of me just ranting, or maybe you do, I'm not really sure. Yeah, that's Grayscale has launched a new XRP trust. It looks like we could potentially be seeing an XRP ETF over the course of 2025. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.